Finna get into how to break a soul tie. Well, first, what is a soul tie? It is an emotional and spiritual connection that you form with somebody, and this comes through being in a relationship with somebody, doing the McNasty with somebody, and this can, you ain't even got to be in a relationship with somebody to form a soul tie. So, like I said, if you got a situationship, you form soul ties through that. And a soul tie can also come from just a platonic relationship that you build with somebody. You get what I'm saying? It don't always have to be with doing to do with just being in a relationship with somebody. But how you break a soul tie? 3 things you need to pay attention to. It can be a combination of all these things, or it can be 1 or 2 maybe, but these are the things that you need to identify, because for that soul tie to exist, it needs something to feed off of. And these 3 things are bitterness, pondering, and lust. Now I'm finna go down the road for each one and how to, break free from that chain. So 1, bitterness. This comes when somebody wrong you, somebody betray you, and you feel anger, rage within yourself against this person. The bitterness, the unforgiveness. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times this happens when you're in a relationship with somebody, or a situationship. Somebody tell you one thing, but they do another. But there's a bitterness that is instilled in you in an unforgiving spirit, and it repels you from getting over the situation, right? So you'll have an emotional and a spiritual connection tied to this person, and this is why this person have emotional control over you. Whenever they're around, this is what a lot of people say, they just do something to my spirit. They just know how to get up under my buttons. They know how to, that's because there's a bitterness. That soul tie is still there. And how you break that soul tie, well, as far as if bitterness is being the chain that's holding you both bound to one another, forgiveness. This is where you see a lot of people, they feel like that they have broken a soul tie with somebody. They'll be quote unquote mentally over somebody. They'll move on with their lives, but yet the person still live rent free in their head. The person still have emotional access over them. That's because that soul tie isn't broken. You have to truly forgive somebody. You have to truly forgive them for that bitterness to be completely let go. And true forgiveness is loving somebody as if nothing has ever happened. That's when you truly forgiving somebody. I'm not saying they have to have 100% access to you. I'm not saying you have to be romantically involved with them. I'm not saying that at all. But true forgiveness is just pure, genuine love and forgiveness, and letting those things just completely having acceptance and letting go, which leads to my next one, pondering. This can come from a situationship or relationship, but this is whenever you're fighting that mental battle in your head of wanting the relationship to work, wanting to, the potential that you deem that the relationship has to live out. So this is when you're constantly looking back, the what ifs. What if we could make it work? What if they change this? Or what if I can change this? No, you're supposed to look forward, focus on God, focus on yourself, and focus on bettering yourself. And whatever is aligned with God has in store for you, you focus on God and you get aligned with that very thing. You don't focus on the past. Let the past be the past. Old things are old. You can't focus on who you're going to be tomorrow if you're looking at the person you was yesterday. You get what I'm saying? So this comes a lot of times when we're in relationship with somebody. And I get it, but I done been there, man. When you really love somebody, you really want something to work, you ponder onto it. You be like, man, but that just comes down to just having faith and just having patience and just being okay with or without that person, but you still have to love that person. You get what I'm saying? It don't have to be romantically, but you have to have genuine, authentic love. You know what I'm saying? You got to love them so much to want to see them happy, even if that is, you being in their life or not. And that just comes with just forgiving, and just truly just loving that person and just getting over your selfish needs. Because a lot of times we don't want that person with somebody else. So we just like, man, but you just got to get over it. When you know what I'm saying? When you reach that state of love, you'll see it gets real freeing. I smile just talking about it because I'm at that point in my life. And the third one, lust. You get what I'm saying? This is whenever you start getting flashbacks or the sex was good. You be like, man, that's another one. That soul tie cannot die if you still lusting. You still thinking about, the sex y'all used to have, the intimacy. You know what I'm saying? This comes with the situationship. This comes with the relationships. You know what I'm saying? You start having flashbacks, or you have a lust problem and, you so used to being up under that person. You just like, man, I'm going to just go back to that. And that's keeping that soul tie alive. It's the spirits that's feeding off of it. Look at the little ducks. It's the spirits that's feeding off of your lust. You get what I'm saying? These spirits need to feed off of something, and they'll feed off your bitterness whenever you don't want to forgive somebody. And this is, like I say, you see a lot of times people think that they broken a soul tie, that they over somebody, but yet you haven't forgave that person. You can trick yourself as much as you want, but you can't play God. God sees all. God reveals all. You know what I'm saying? So you have to truly forgive and let go and love that person as if nothing ever happened. And then you have the pondering on to the past. God wants you to focus on him. Focus on God. Focus on bettering yourself and becoming the person that God intends you to be. You know, you don't want to look at the past. The past is the past. You know what I'm saying? You got to focus on God. Live in the present. Live for today. Tomorrow is not promised. You know what I'm saying? Hey, little duckies. And then the lust aspect. You know, you got to get your lust in order. You know what I'm saying? And those spirits will definitely feed off of that. Because a lot of times that lust, you'll be self-pleasuring, you know, up until the point till you feel like you can get access to the that old person that you was encountered with. You get what I'm saying? Or y'all just be, oh, you know, we could just be friends with benefits and stuff, but it's keeping that soul tie alive. So if you wanna break free from those chains, you gotta analyze exactly what it is that you're dealing with. So now you're able to analyze it. So what do? Okay, what's up, ducks? Look, they gravitating over. They ain't did this all day. But yeah, so if it's bitterness, forgive. If you're pondering, focus on the now, focus on God. And if it's lust, you have to conquer your lust. You have to deny yourself. Look at the little duck. They walking up. Look, they gravitate to me. They haven't did this all day. I guess they hear my voice. I don't know. But yeah.